Welcome to the webextract updated tutorial. The purpose of this is to guide you through using webextract as a data entry operations toolkit. Essentially, we have demos. We have a project here that we're going to work on where we have a list of websites. There's actually 41 websites listed here, and we're going to complete them. We're going to find the contact information for these sites, the company name and address, or if the website is not a company, we're going to skip it for one of various reasons. And when you log in, you see your name, the number of sites that you've completed, number of sites that you've skipped, your ratio, and several other details. The very first thing that you should do is click on the script link and make sure that your script is installed. So we need to install a GreaseMonkey script. You have to have the GreaseMonkey extension installed on your Firefox browser. And then you install the script and we should be good to go. So clicking it again, I see that my script is up to date, and that means I'm ready to start working. So let's start with this project that I've been assigned called Demo Sites 4. And we have the very first website here, which is wilsondigital.com. What happens is my palette loads up, typically. There are exceptions to that, of course, as we're seeing now. Okay, now this is a classic example of a parked domain. Okay, this is godaddy.com. There's nothing but ads over here. This is a ads portal, okay? And so I want to skip this site. So I click on the skipping reason index and I select ads portal. What happens is this site is skipped and I go straight to the next one. Okay, and here we have a site called eFax. And the task is to click on the contact page, find the contact page, click on it, and we typically look for the Canadian, or I'm sorry, the North American address. And here I have the phone number, so I'm going to select that. Click on the the company telephone number, and this site actually does not show the company address, but I do see the company name down here on the copyright line. So I select that and click on the company name area. Now if I cannot find the full contact details, let's check on the privacy page. Sometimes it's listed there. What I'm looking for is the address, and here I found it. Okay, here we go. So J2 Global Communications is the name of the company. You'll notice that I just reselected the text and clicked on the company name again, and it adds that information to it. So this is actually legal. That was the legal division. So I'm looking for the corporate headquarters. That's what I typically want. But you know what? That's probably good enough. I suspect that that's going to be a valid address. So let's grab this information. Los Angeles is a city. The state is California. The zip is 90028. And there's a fax number listed. I don't capture fax. And it's United States of America. Los Angeles is a U.S. city. And there's this secondary company address, 5th floor. So now I've got this full site listed here, and I submit it. There's a checkbox here in case the company is an ISP or an internet service provider, but that's not the case here. I click submit and I recheck all the data. Everything looks good, and I mark the site as complete. Now I can go to the next site. My palette loads again. The website loads, and we can move the palette around anywhere onto the screen to make it convenient to look for the contact page. So let me go down to the bottom here, and I'm looking for contact. Sometimes I'll do a search. That didn't work. Let's look on privacy policy again over here. And so again, I'm looking for the company name and address. That's always the key thing that I'm looking for. And if you can't find it, then you have to skip the site for the correct reason why you're skipping it. Okay, I do not see an address on the privacy page by quickly scanning through. Let's see if there's another area. Let's look at terms of service. Sometimes it can be buried in terms of service or in some other area. I have not looked at these sites before, so we're doing everything for the very first time here. It's like the same type of thing. How about FAQ? Frequently asked questions. Okay. It doesn't appear, I don't see an address in there by quickly scanning through it. Sitemap. Let's take a quick look at that. You don't want to spend too much time on any one site. The idea is to quickly find the company name and address, and usually it's pretty straightforward. So in this particular situation, I'm going to say I'm going to mark this as a blog. It doesn't really look like a real company. There's no contact information whatsoever. Okay, and here is a site that really looks like nothing but an ads portal or search engine, really. Actually, let me take a look. Kind of does look like a search engine. Contact us. This is InfoSpace. You see it down here. Doesn't show an address on this field. And now I'm being directed to Blue Cora. It's kind of interesting. All right, well, Blue Cora, we do have an address here. Let me try to find the company name. Yeah, Blue Cora Inc. Okay, so let's grab this. Company name. Here's the company address. Suite 1200. That's the address line 2. Bellevue, Washington, that's the city. Washington is the state. WA. There's the zip. And I select the country, United States again. And here's the phone number. Select that. Click on the phone number field. Just have to click and it automatically copies the selected text. Okay, and then submit. Quickly look over the text and mark it as complete. We move on to our next site. west.edu. Let's take a look at the site. Palette loads up. It's probably a university of some sort. Contact us. Western International University. That sounds good. Here's the address. Line 1. Phoenix, Arizona. It's the city. AZ. It's the state. Zip is there, and the phone number is here. Again, always select the country if you can, and we have the most popular ones on the top: US, Canada, United Kingdom. Those are the most frequently occurring ones. Then you click submit, mark it as complete, and move on to the next site. So you get the hang of this system over time. You start to build up a rhythm, and you can add quite a few records per hour. Okay. Let's see. Now this is in French apparently, but I can still recognize contact. So I click on that, and here we go. Now, in this particular case, it's a Flash site. So I go to a special mode called Flash. This mode allows me to enter the company name by hand. And sometimes you have to do it that way. It's 75 Rue Queen. Bureau 3100 in Montreal, QC, and that's H3C 2M6. And this is Canada. I recognize that because .ca is at one hint, and Montreal is a major city in Canada as well. And here's the phone number, and you enter that, 514-599-5712, and submit. If you select Flash or Graphic for manual input, you cannot go back to normal input mode, select mode. You're stuck in that mode. That way we know that you manually input certain fields, which is important for quality control purposes. Okay, we move on to the next one. Server not found. So in this case, it's an error. It's a good skipping reason. We just select the skipping reason, and we immediately go to the next one. It's another error. We go to the next one. If it ever loads. If it's slow to load, we click on Project again. That brings us back to the project page. Let's try that again. Netelectro.ro. RO is Romania, country in Eastern Europe. Country I've never been to. Okay, so this is another error. Let's select the error skipping reason and move straight to the next one. This is another skip site. This is an ads portal. There's nothing of value. It's not a real company. Just links to ad pages. Okay, this looks like another Flash site. I cannot select any text, so I go into Flash Whois mode. Okay, .be is Belgium, I happen to know, and I'll show you a hint for that. So here we have Mr. Mark. Oops, let's get that spelling correct. Americale 220 bus 14, and that's Antwerpen. I don't think there's a state there. The zip is 2000, and the country is Belgium. And you see .be-Belgium. BE is the site we're on. So that's the top level domain. That gives us a hint as to which country to select. And we have 03293.58.13. And we submit. Submit that record. There we go. And mark it as complete. We move on to the next record. Okay, this is another graphical site. Let's click on Contact Us. Okay, so the entire contact information is an image. That means we cannot select it. That means we have to hand type it. Advertech Group Ltd. 360 James Street North. Spell that correctly. Yuma Station Mezzanine Level, Hamilton, Ontario, L8L1HS, that is Canada, Ontario, Canada, and the phone number is 905-528-1988, and you submit. It's that simple. We're going to walk through a few more examples. But I think you're starting to see the idea behind this application. Let's go down a little bit, take a look at that site. That's an ads portal. Let's skip that. Leave page this time. Go to the next one. It's popping up additional tabs up here. Not sure what's going on here. This could be an error site. I'm looking for the contact page, which I'm not seeing right away. There is, okay, here's an About Us. Let's take a look there. Not too much detail. Not the detail I'm looking for, which is the company name and address. Let's see if there's another, let's look at privacy policy. That's always a good link to check. Sometimes it does take a little bit of digging to the right area to gather the information. Getting errors on this site. Happens sometimes. Not every site is straightforward. Let's see. Interest.com. Is there an address anywhere? Let's see if there's something on the terms of use. They've done a good job concealing their information, which is, okay, that's a bit annoying to have an error pop up so regularly. That doesn't go away immediately. Here we go. I am finding the address now. Took a little bit of work, but there it is. Okay, now my selection speed seems to have dropped down. Alright, let's see what's going on. Okay, so that's the company address. Whoops, put that in there. Here's the telephone number. Grab that. Put that down there. B. North Palm Beach, Florida. There's Florida, and the zip code goes there. And I need the company, interest.com. Click over there, and I overwrite the original. Country is the U.S. Florida is a state of the U.S. And I submit it. By digging a little bit, you find those addresses and you keep your ratio high. So we've done quite a few sites already, and you start to get the hang of the system. I want to show one more detail here. Let's actually close out these extra tabs. If you have a very slow internet, what you do is open up links in new tabs. Actually get a couple of links going in new tabs. You can work on several sites simultaneously. This is particularly powerful for slow network connections. Now this looks like a ads portal, so let's just skip that. And what do we have here? Here's another ads portal. Skip that. My palette is gone, so I can close this tab out. Oops. Open that in a new tab. Looking up, scanning my tabs to see which ones have loaded up. Skip. Well, I think that we've gotten to the point now where we understand the basics of adding information to the system. Let me cover a few of these other skipping reasons. If you find the site is redirecting and you cannot, if the site is redirecting, you select that one. If it's an adult site, just select that and skip it. Some sites have just a login and password and nothing more. You can select this skipping reason to skip it. Other sites have a contact form only and no company name and address. Here you can select contact form. A foreign language that you do not understand, select this one. And any type of error for a forward page not found, DNF, game, a photo site, music site, any site that's not a real company but it's a working website, select this one. If it's a real company but you cannot find the address, just skip it with that reason. If it's under construction or an ISP setup page, you select this one to skip it, or if it's an ad portal here. We're not going to cover who is today, but this is a powerful feature that we'll get into on a separate lesson at some point. And let's go back to the project page, and we're basically finished here. There are some other features that your manager can help you with. But we do flag sites, and we have completed sites that we can retake if there's a correction that we can make. In this way, we maximize our revenue by completing as many tasks as possible, as many of these sites as possible. And the key is to enter high-quality data at a speed that works for you. We always appreciate those hard workers that enter high-quality data. Thank you very much.